How accurate is Zillow? It is one of the most popular resources for determining a home's value. Yet you don't need to look very far to find negative opinions of its estimates. With so much conflicting information about Zillow, is it possible to determine its accuracy? The answer is yes. In the next few minutes, we'll explain the meaning behind the Zillow numbers. You'll see that Zillow home values differ from comparative market analyses and appraisals. You'll learn that Zillow provides valuable information that can be a significant aid when you are buying or selling a house, but there are limits. Let's start with, what is Zillow? Foremost, Zillow is an online real estate database. Access to this database is free. As with many other free sites, its revenue stream comes from various forms of advertising. It also offers a marketplace for mortgage loans. Our focus in this video is its house valuation feature called Zestimate. The existence of Zillow is a logical result of the Internet. It starts with the vast amount of public information available about houses throughout the United States. Information such as property tax records, home sales, and other public records are key ingredients that can give you a detailed picture of real estate properties. However, the data can be overwhelming and difficult to gather. Before the Internet and Zillow, you could get summaries of this data from multiple listing services, commonly called MLS, by contacting a real estate agent. An MLS database gathers all the pieces of public information and puts them into a form that makes it much easier to compare different real estate properties. Much of Zillow's database consists of this same information. With the advent of Zillow, anyone can view this public information in a convenient form. What specifically do we mean by a home's value? An exact definition of property value can get complicated, and it's easy to find many special cases. But essentially, the value is the highest price someone will pay for the house on the open market. A good way to estimate a home's value is to look at its recent sales history. This tactic has the benefit of taking into account the value of features specific to the house. However, most homes go more than 10 years between sales. So the next best thing is to look at comparable nearby houses that have recently sold. There are typically 4 different types of property evaluations that are present during the process of selling a home: the property tax assessment, the Zillow Zestimate, a comparative market analysis, and a home loan appraisal. Each of these evaluations is used for different purposes and therefore is calculated in different ways. All 4 evaluations consider the physical attributes of the property, including the size of the lot, the area of the living space, the material of the construction, the age of the house, etc. Assuming there are no errors in recording, these are considered facts of the property and therefore do not require any interpretation by a professional. It is at this point that the evaluation methods differ. The property tax assessment, the comparative market analysis, and home loan appraisal all employ professionals who use subjective judgments while following specific guidelines to arrive at a final property evaluation. A skilled professional with years of experience can develop very accurate property value estimates. Zillow takes a significantly different approach. The property value is determined only by the physical facts, sales events, and Zillow's computation formula. The process is completely objective with no human bias. Being entirely objective sounds good, but it has drawbacks. For example, there is no direct consideration of the condition of the carpeting, beautiful landscaping, or high-end kitchen appliances. Let's compare a Zillow estimate to a comparative market analysis. A comparative market analysis will typically identify a few comparative properties, also known as comps, that recently sold in the neighborhood and extrapolate a house value. Then the value is adjusted for particular conditions that are unique to the property. Zillow, on the other hand, works differently. It doesn't use just a few comparative properties to extrapolate the value. Instead, by using extensive statistical analysis, it compares the sale of many homes across the entire area to get a bigger picture. But unlike a comparative market analysis done by a professional, there are no special adjustments for subjective factors that are unique to the property. It relies 100% on the computational engine and will not make special adjustments to its estimate for any particular property. Perhaps the most common misinterpretation of Zillow information is looking only at the single Zestimate number. Zillow's advantage is its ability to access and analyze a large amount of data. However, the amount of data it possesses varies significantly by region. Before you look at any Zestimates, you must determine the accuracy for your county or city. To find this information, click on the Zestimate hyperlink on the bottom of the Zillow homepage. From there, follow the hyperlink to the state's counties data. Your area is rated by 1 to 4 stars. If your area has only 1 star, the Zestimate should probably not be used at all. If you are fortunate enough to have an area with 4 stars, the data available to Zillow is extensive, and the results will be the most accurate. But the number of stars doesn't help us quantify the accuracy. Zillow provides several different numbers that help gauge the accuracy, but some can be misleading, like the range shown for individual houses. There are a couple numbers that can give us a better idea of Zillow's accuracy for a particular area. For example, let's take a look at Portland, Oregon, a city with 4 stars. Note that less than half of the Zestimates, 44%, are within plus or minus 5% of the actual selling price. That means for a $300,000 house, more than half of the estimates are off by more than $15,000. We do see that nearly 75% of the estimates end up within 10% of the selling price. But that means the variance is plus or minus $30,000 for a $300,000 home. Relying solely on a Zestimate to determine a selling price for your home is probably not a good idea, and Zillow states as much. It is not a good substitute for an appraisal. Though it may be a good starting point, the Zestimate appears to have minimal utility for a seller. Buyers may find the information more valuable. As a buyer, you don't have the luxury of having an appraisal done for all the houses at which you are looking. Even if you personally visit a house, it is easy to be deceived by the size of the house, the lot area, and how it compares to other houses in the area. You need to do a quick calculation based on the facts. Zillow is great for that. From there, you'll need to factor in other things that Zillow does not consider, such as the condition of the roof, how modern is the kitchen, and how level is the yard. We have shown you that Zillow can be a handy tool when buying a home. Like any tool, you need to understand its strengths and weaknesses. Now that you know more about it, we think that you will find Zillow to be a valuable aid for a home buyer. If you liked this video and want to continue to learn more about various aspects of home buying, please subscribe to the Home Buyer channel. If your business involves home buying or financing, we encourage you to embed this video into your website. Use the comment section to let us know what you think of this video and what other types of home buying topics you would like to see in the future.